for my computer, not for my phone.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. You don't know it's a boy, but just can here representing for Free Sports TV. Yeah, lovely day today, no? Lovely day of football, even though I didn't get to
Speak for yourself.
watch, but yeah. First and foremost, I want to welcome to the channel my general over London, Ricky. What's going on, Ricky?
Not much, Long time we've done it, but I can get the opportunity. First, we really get the chance, but so you go,
Yeah. It's nice to have you
Long
here.
overdue.
Yeah,
long overdue. Definitely. It's not like you have knocked me before, but just haven't have the opportunity.
Nothing happened before time, man, you know?
Exactly.
See, if you can forward with someone from Jamaica, then you'd have really an international panel, you know?
Is it?
Really?
Yeah. Actually, I didn't think about it, Canada, UK. Yeah, man, I will talk you.
Where's Pops?
Pops, we never remember for the Pops. Yeah, so all them say we not bring on the United people on the panel. We do bring on United people on the panel. Ricky, I gonna make the third United representative. So we not be biased.
I did plan not to wear no United top, And
you couldn't help it.
Exactly. I couldn't help it. I said to myself, I'm not wearing a United top when I'm going on it. But that's it,
I can't tell you a Toronto FC top,
I have to represent.
Yeah, exactly.
A Toronto FC top, if you want.
What?
A Toronto FC, man, I can
What David Beckham team name?
Miami FC or something like that. Inter Miami.
Inter Miami.
I don't know what these made-up name teams are.
Well, you don't know about MLS?
Oh, I didn't realize that's what you're wearing.
All right.
I didn't realize.
Now that we get all of that out of the way, we're gonna make today's video a short video, right? About the game today, right? Well, Mr. Blacks look intrigued. Blacks, what are your thoughts?
Oh, my thoughts? Well, one of the good thing about today is that I got the game in two different halves. The first half I listened to on the radio, which kind of bring me back to days gone by when I used to listen to cricket on the radio, and you hear a commentator describe a play to you and all that stuff. And the second half I watched it when I got home. Again, it was a different game. What I saw from City is not a game I normally see from City. A City that concede possession, a City that play back and allow the other team to have the ball at least in the midfield, and then they only really attack them. To me, was whenever PSG tried to move forward, and it was a different type of City. And I think when I was looking at the stats after the game, PSG had over 64% or more, and in some part of the game, most part of the game, they have like 70-something%, with really and truly nothing being done with that possession, because it was City's speeding position for them. And for City, a team that normally dominate possession and just basically use that as a thing to break down an opponent, that they were playing on the counter-attack much more today was something different to see from City. A few times I see them do it, and if you realize their first goal, well, I would give the assist to the goalkeeper, because that pass what he made out was what led to the goal, and the other one with Foden, that Foden cross to Mahrez. Again, it was from a counter-attacking play. So to see City play that way, it shows a maturity in City. It shows that they can now play multiple different ways.
They can play without the ball.
It's one of the things that you always wonder about them, if they can adapt to these different circumstances. And I saw them do it today, and I think that was good. PSG, to me, just could not adapt to a different circumstance. They are not used to this quality playing against, and to me, I think that's what become their issue. It's not that they're not good, but they are not used to. City have played against Chelsea's and United and Liverpool's over and over and over, while PSG didn't have that opportunity most time in their league. And I think it showed in the difference between the team. Not that they have individual quality, but in overall how the teams approach a game and how they played. I think over the two leg, it kind of showed that City is used to playing in more of these tight games with another good team more so than PSG. So that's my analysis on overall of the game and both legs.
Cool. So you said basically over both legs, you don't see much change.
There were some changes. Again, I said in the last game, City was much more ball dominant, especially in the second half. This time they didn't even go that. Even in the second half, no tall at all in this game was City ball dominant.
That's what I was about to say, Blacks. That the first game, City go more at them. Yeah. In this game, I think City surprised them. I think they were expecting City to come at them, but City didn't. And we shouldn't be surprised anyway, because City been playing good defensive football this season. They show a different side. Pep showed a different side of him this season. I've never seen before. I didn't know his team was capable of defending like that. I'm really surprised. You could say that's a defensive masterclass.
Yeah.
Even the first goal, you can see the way our City scored that first goal. It was a game plan to have the left back here, all the way at half line. Waiting to catch PSG whenever PSG come up the pitch and just I really enjoyed the game, man.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
That's what I was asking. Like, why didn't PSG try that in our first in our first leg when they couldn't see him? Like, so in our first leg towards the second half when they couldn't forward out in the half, why didn't they try if they hit the ball long?
Well, I hear you ask that on the blog, the football blog. I mean, yeah.
And that frustrated me a little bit too. Again, I had an idea. You're absolutely right, Bucks, in a sense that City looked the more disciplined team, the more well-coached team, the more organized team. We gotta be honest about it over on both legs, and really look at PSG. They just look like individuals. You see that goal, the first goal today, really forward at the wrong time, because to be fair to PSG, they did start off well, and they asked a little bit of questions off City and say, you know what I mean, and when the goal forward, the time the goal forward, you know what I mean, it was an inopportune time, you know what I mean, when they score, and then that kind of knocked the stuffing out of PSG. They found it difficult for me.
They also really miss Mbappe in this game as well,
They just don't want to say it because it's just so obvious. You know what I mean? They just hate saying the obvious because it's the elephant in my room.
It's true.
But then at the same time, I just feel like if you're Pochettino, you still have talented players.
They have to be more ambitious.
There you go. Because I had an idea, like you kind of knew. Like, he would have known from a longer time, say, yo, this never worked in our first half. Because me want to say, me hearing Greg forward on the blog, like the week before, I say, yo, Kylian Mbappe, he can get stretched off. I wonder if he can go play. And you can see in that first leg, he just didn't look himself. So, him should have looked to see how he can use use a different tactic. Because he just wasn't going to be available. We understand, say, missing him is a big part of the game. But it shouldn't be the be-all and end-all when you have so much talent.
I think if they had scored one goal, it would have been a much tighter game. Yeah. But because they didn't score, City was able to just sit back and you could see the City players enjoy that kind of. That's what I mean. I never see that kind of display from City anyway. Exactly. They were pumping fists and hugging each other when they make some defensive block. They were enjoying the defending.
Yeah.
Well, it's clear that, in the first game, as I said, I remember Pep did his interview and he told them No, we're gonna play how City play. We're not gonna after the first half. You know, he say went in the changing room and said we're gonna play how City play. But in this game, it was a difference. Clearly, they had a plan to go defensive to sit back. It was a different City that they put forward this time. You know, you're right. I remember that block that when Neymar had that ball and he made some moves to the right, and Zinchenko was with him all the way until they made that block. You know, everybody get up and like they were saying, this is we're gonna present to Neymar. Whenever he comes up here, we're gonna give him a wall. We're gonna multiple people are gonna present a wall in front of him, and we're not gonna give him any angle. We're not gonna give him the cutback. He can keep going wide, but we're not gonna give him the chance to come back and do what.
And that's also send a message.
Yeah.
That also send a message to your opponent that listen, we love defending. You're not scoring on us. We're going to fight for this.
And Neymar looked it frustrated too.
He was.
And it's funny because you can say he never trusts the people when they play up front with. You know what I mean? Again, him get to that point where you can see him forward down, in a mid-life pitch and they try to make things happen. And that's when he lose the ball. And it's difficult when you're here play against City and you lose the ball. In a dual sort of areas in that pitch. That's how you get mugged up. That's how you get countered. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is, bro. I feel like as a fan, I want to see both teams at being optimal, but I do feel like Pochettino missed something. He missed a trick in our first leg where the second half he just seemed like saying we want the game finished. You know, I'm 1-0. Because remember saying when you have the 1-0 win, and just the attitude in my second half was really poor. And I just feel like it was too negative. You know what I mean? And then you can see the 2 goals, and really it just kind of spiral from there. But again, City honorable and the deserving winners. It's absolutely no doubt about it.
Well, over the 2 legs, what I've seen is that City was a better team, but the truth is, and we have to address it. Any team that loses Kylian Mbappe, it's a big loss. This is not losing the water boy. You know, this is Kylian Mbappe. This is a person who can, in the blink of an eye, change a game.
Change the game.
Just change everything. All your best laid plans can be laid bare after Kylian Mbappe get the ball at his feet. You know, and if you have Neymar and Mbappe, you know, City was able to focus on Neymar. You know, he went deep and he got some ball. But whenever he do it, he saw a wall in front of him.
They crowd him out.
Yeah, man. So he couldn't do what he did. But if he had Kylian Mbappe, who that defender, that second defender and that third defender who come forward and try to get the ball from him, if he had Kylian Mbappe, you know Neymar can make those passes. Some reverse passes, no Mbappe go around and he send it long or whatever. Neymar can make any pass there is. So you would have to think about Mbappe, and no one is gonna leave Mbappe to say we're gonna crowd out Neymar. So it would have changed the game. So from that perspective, you know, PSG wasn't the PSG that we all were hoping to see, and such. I give them somewhat a leeway because again, if you lose Kylian Mbappe, you lose a lot. You don't just lose any other player; you lose a lot. And
it's like you lose 2 players.
It's like you lose 2 players. You know.
But you remember last night, Blacks, when Jiggy said, "Oh, Neymar is gonna have this splendid game, and they're gonna turn the tie." And Greg said, "You have one Neymar at the world class stuff, but you have a City team where don't have the world class players per se, but them have good players. But one Neymar, you know." Yeah, basically that's what Greg said, and basically that happened. Because under era play because me know they miss gay just again in the midfield. Under era play.
That's all right for me.
I don't think he have a bad game.
I don't think he did. That's not what they make them lose again.
Yeah, because that kind of game don't really suit him anyway. You know, he rather to play against teams that going at him and he can break up the play and do some little. You know the kind of player that he is. You know, he love to break up the game and just annoy everybody. You know, but in a game where he's been asked like to try and make some positive pass, Yeah. You know.
Well, all right. Let me get some of what Jiggy, because Jiggy was blaming the Argentinians to be double agents.
Yeah.
Jiggy said the Argentinians were all double agents. You know, Di Maria and the rest of them were double agents.
You know Jiggy motive, you know. Jiggy was just trying to antagonize some people on the WhatsApp group.
But just on the perspective, overall, no, Di Maria's game because you're saying something, Shane? Shane,
go ahead.
Yeah, in Verizon, you move to where you need to get Sprint. Sprint is faster than Verizon. You know, you need.
Well, Sprint, isn't it?
Greg, I said I should have played into that area. Wanna agree? Greg said Daniel should have played over on there.
Well, it's easy to say that after the game.
Good at passing. Yeah, and I don't see him as a good passer ball. I think that's why Pochettino put in two individuals that can pass the ball and use Danilo Pereira. You understand? Danilo is more of a good football player, and that's why I'm putting him in there. You know, but again, I think that games are football games take patterns. You understand what I mean? And as we said, they just concede the goal at the wrong time, and then after that, City was more comfortable. You know what I mean? And then them could have played, you know, upon the counter. You know, we have to give somebody like.
I think at the end of the first half, I think they were a bit lucky as well. You know, they were going at City and they get a bit careless at times. You know, you could see they were trying to get back a goal, but I was seeing so much gaps all over the place. You know, and I said to myself, well, City gonna score again. Didn't happen, but they're really lucky at that stage.
Yeah. Then look at times like you just said.
Because City didn't give them the space.
But the other thing is that you also see the mentality and you can say probably mentally weak PSG team. You know, they got 2 red cards. You know, if and out of frustration, out of the fact that things weren't going their way. You know, these are 2 red cards that they should not have taken. You know, when the second red card today, the City has scored their second goal already. Yes, they have scored. Yeah. They were up 2-0.
They still needed 2 goals.
Yeah,
it really wasn't out of the realm of possibility that if they kept playing the football and get 1 goal, you never know what could happen. It was a wrong red card.
After you said that, Shane, I was thinking about it, and it's the truth. You know, just 1 goal and who knows what could have happened.
Everything changed.
But Di Maria lost his head.
Yeah.
But it also kind of say that probably PSG just didn't believe anymore. You know, they just didn't believe. Right. You know, they lost belief. You know, and it's something you can't do on a football field because you just need a goal sometimes to turn a tide. You know.
Of course.
And again, that's testament to go back to testament to City and how good they was as a unit, right?
Yes.
That them demoralize Paris to the point where they was frustrated and start. I mean, honestly, if we're being honest, if it was a next referee, more City players. Because I said Verratti probably could have got sent off.
You're right.
I mean, the I think it was President Kimpembe, the tackle and going, but I think it was Jesus. I was thinking to myself, that's as they would say, that's
a bit harsh.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but in jump, Jesus, but he was going. He could have broken him in half if he never jumped. You see me? So again, them lose their head, Bridget. You know, and again, we get it.
And again, if we look at both games, City did this to them, playing 2 different games. One game, totally offensive, ball dominant, taking it to them at all times, you know, especially the second half of the first game. And this game, sitting back, frustrating them, and hitting them on the counter, and just basically say, like, PSG, to me, were a bit confused. And I say, how do I beat this team? Because if they want, they can take the ball and just keep it away from me. Or if not, they will just concede. And like, they beat them both ways in the games. And so it wasn't like they only played in one way. They beat them in 2 different ways.
You know, I kept thinking,
then destroy them.
Yeah. I kept thinking to myself that maybe Paris need you know, as they would say, like probably a different striker. You know what I mean? A hold up ball striker. I thought about Giroud. You know what I mean? A striker like that who could have hold up the ball and just give them something different because they'll just look clueless in terms of going forward. You know what I mean? And I just didn't understand. Oh, a team that is so creative, have so much talent, couldn't seem to muster good opportunities for goal. So I was just thinking like, yo, maybe you just get, as they say, a big man up there and see if you can get some ball into the box or something. But it just wasn't working out for them.
Don't you think it possible that because so often they get to this stage in tournament and then get knocked out, you don't think it possible that late in the first half they start thinking about that, say, well, it's just another one of them things. We're not gonna go through it, you know?
But you would think that things
last year they break the hoodoo, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You would think that last year cannot. It was look at Liverpool. Liverpool went to the final. We lost, and immediately,
and two Ricky and two
try to run it back.
And two. The other thing what I say is that them and like them beat mugs to get to the stage, right? Them play Barcelona, Barcelona, and then play Bayern Munich, right? No, people go say, yeah, but Bayern Munich they didn't have Lewandowski.
It doesn't matter. It's true, man. They built a good Bayern Munich team.
Yeah. So therefore, it's just Reggie. Again, these games it take patterns, depending on the personnel we have on the field and how the game, play out, and you have momentum. I just feel like they lose it in that second half in that first leg. I really do think that the start there was too negative, and it just really set a tone. You can't see the 2 goals. And that just messed them up from there.
They look frustrated though.
Tapa say mentally PSG the mental aspect of the thing. Mentally.
In some respect, you can say because it's not a lack of talent they had. It's not because they didn't have the talent, but clearly the instruction from Pep was carried out to a T by his players. You can see everybody seem to have been, and whenever you see started people on the field, they jump and they hug each other for some innocuous players. Sometimes you wonder, but you realize that they're carrying out instruction. They were told this is how you're gonna do it. This is what I want you to do, and when they do it, everybody say yes, that's exactly what we had planned to do. And so you can see from that perspective. And yes, the fact that they got
also togetherness,
exactly, and the fact that they got these red cards and could have gotten more because it could have easily been 3 or 4 red cards. Believe me, and they maybe not necessarily all straight red, but yellows could have added up and give a few more people a red card. The fact that is the case, you realize that mentally they were not there. But again, you have to give City the credit for that, for basically coming out and putting that pressure on them. First they put the pressure attacking wise in the first game, and this one defensively. We were talking about Diaz. How much blocks did he have in this game? He had about 5 blocks or more in this game.
That was brother enjoy defending, man.
Exactly. But the entire City team today seemed like they were enjoying the defensive, that doing the hard part, and which is not normally how City win games and play people. So
what I'm saying, this season it's a different City team this season, Yeah, it's like they abandon that beautiful football and tell themselves, you know what, we're just going for title. We're gonna try. Then probably realize that I believe that if they try to play the football the way they normally do, they wouldn't stand any chance. So maybe from the beginning of the season, they said, let's just try and build a solid team, play from the back.
Well, still enough. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys final and lose it. Is that me hating or can see that? I don't know.
I would be surprised.
Of course. I was saying today, well, I don't think it was on the blog at the time, Shane. I was saying, because I believe that Chelsea going to, well, we're going to talk about that game anyway. But I think Chelsea go through. And I think they might end up beating City. Because they're going to play that similar kind of football that City play today. Where they're going to sit back.
start talk all type of stuff in the comments. You know?
Yeah. All right. So Mr. Travis has said that said basically PSG need a winger. I'm not sure about a winger or what kind of winger they have, and then a midfielder. I do think they do need a midfielder. Like if they may have somebody like I don't know, like a Pogba in the midfield, it would be really good.
Well, it's a great. I say, go on, Blacks,
It's
go on,
like
go on.
you're trying to sell Pogba, you know.
No, I also see Greg asking the question
And the other fat
who
man,
you think was the man of the match.
Man.
I also, I see Greg asking the question who we think was the man of the match. He's thinking that Fernandinho was that player. Hey, to me,
Niggly Falls, but
the parts of the game that I saw, Phil Foden is a superstar.
yeah, it was good.
The young man is a superstar. He does
It's
so
true,
many
man.
things, so many little things for City, and he makes that team tick. He is a superstar. To me, he was the best player on the field. You know,
It's as if they look. It's as if they look to him. No,
yeah.
you know, they're always looking for him, always looking to give him the ball now. Like they just think he can create something for them.
So controlled under pressure, you know.
Mm.
Really, really good. I mean, I still would say Brian. But I said Diaz. I mean, I have to say Ruben Diaz for man I match just because
I agree with that
because
one.
leadership and the kind of game it was, right, Blacks?
Yeah.
So the kind of game it was, it needed that sort of leadership.
I agree.
We lead from the front, you know,
No.
knocking things to the head and all of these things. So again, just that leadership quality.
I think the other defenders look at him as well.
Exactly,
You know?
exactly.
And I think a few times we have talked about this, but John Stones is having a hell of a season. He was quiet after two today, but he was just doing his job. You know, sometimes I don't hear a name called too much, and we think a player doesn't have a good game, but he was just doing his job, going about his business, holding his head down, But John Stone is having a hell of a season, and he's continuing to do it. Those mistakes that were in him seem to be slowly going away. They're still there. He still have them. Believe me. Because the time when I see John Stone on the ball, you expect it to happen. Now when I see him do it and a mistake happen, I'm surprised that it happened. It's the opposite. It will still happen, but I'm surprised that it happened. As opposed to before, I was always expecting that mistake from John Stone. He's so calm. He makes the simple passes. He make the difficult ones also. And the next thing, to have a goalkeeper like Edison who plays the ball so well. I see a few times when PSG try to press them, and he just chip the ball over the top to the wing back out to whoever is out on the wing.
Footballer.
He's a footballer. That's what he is. He's not just a goalkeeper. He's a footballer. So he almost like he become a fifth defender around there, and that is an asset to having a team.
Emma, you're a goalkeeper from Pool. Have them pass there,
They do. My goalkeeper lose him nerves a bit. I think if his father died, he lost something a little bit, because he lose a little bit. He loses confidence a little bit. But
I think he lose confidence in the defenders around him.
That too.
If he had Van Dijk there, maybe things would have been different.
You're probably right about that.
You're fine. All right.
So, Budge, so who we think? So Ricky, you're saying you think that Chelsea is gonna go through then tomorrow?
Yeah, I think Chelsea go. I think Chelsea team
built in the comment section.
Chelsea team look as if they built for this kind of competition, knockout competition. And
who then they play again?
The best knockout team there is in the last 10 years.
I understand that, but I think it's going to be difficult for Zidane.
Okay, all right.
Well,
I think so.
The reason I think it's going to be difficult for them is because I don't think this Real Madrid team is that good. That's the reason why. It's not because I think the Chelsea team is great. It's because I don't think this Real Madrid team is that good.
They depend too much on Benzema.
I'll say this.
It's not that they depend too much on Benzema, but again, is Ramos back for this game?
Yeah.
I mean, but it don't matter because Ramos have been out for a while. And you see, the thing is, I think that Chelsea missed a trick where they get one chance in our
and didn't.
leg and didn't really capitalize.
Which is what I was gonna go. Which was I was gonna go on to and said because that was the problem with Chelsea. Chelsea should have been up. Chelsea should have been leading, just as well. Man City went back home and was able to play a defensive game because they knew that they had the goal and PSG had to score. It changes things, now one goal from Real Madrid and everything what Chelsea did well in the first game is out the door. One goal and everything is out the door.
So which of the two teams you think gonna go for the game? Who you think when decide they have to go?
Madrid have to go big game.
Well, Real Madrid need to score.
Madrid have to go big game. Them have to score.
They have to score.
They still play in a controlled manner. It's just one goal, right?
But I think Zidane is the calmer of the two coaches, and he's willing to leave it for later. Zidane, I think, will play the long game because he has done it before. It's not like this is new to him.
Well, he surprised me, I must say, in the first game, the way his team defend.
Ricky, me I gonna say this right now. If Zidane set up the way him set up in the first game, they're gonna lose. Too defensive. Too defensive. Him can't do that again and get away.
See,
so you think it was luck?
What was luck?
No, I'm asking Buju if you think the first game was luck, then why they get away with it?
I'm not luck. Chelsea was just wasteful when Chelsea was on top. If Chelsea didn't bury them chances.
The second half, them look better, isn't it? And I think with Zidane, that one thing you can say about him is that he learn and he can make good changes in terms of in personnel, in terms of in tactics on the go. You understand what I mean? So therefore, you look on tomorrow game, and I think that in go have some just say, look, I mean I see the players them will go forward and back. So in go have Modric, and go have Kroos, I think. You know what I mean? And Benzema and it's a few other players forward in it. So it's not gonna be like the last game where they may have a lot of injuries. They still have a lot of injuries because Ferland and Mendy not there. But then go have good personnel if you kind of go at Chelsea. So I think again, I think the game is even, but I'm not going to write off Madrid. Like
I will never bet
like
again.
Someone.
I will never bet. I see Sarge keep talking about them creating more chances. Chelsea problem is not creating chances. Chelsea problem is putting away chances that they create. And easy chances too. That's their problem. So yeah, you may create a lot of chances again, but if Timo Werner don't put away these chances, it's not gonna be good for Chelsea. Chelsea cannot be as sloppy as they were in front of goal in this game coming up and win it. Because I don't think this game is gonna be a 1-0 game or a 1-1 or 2. I have a feeling there's gonna be a few goals scored. As good as Chelsea has been playing defensively, this game there's gonna be some goals. There's gonna be some goals.
I think Chelsea winning this game 2-1.
Okay. 2-1? Mm-hmm. One thing I did see in that first half was that the youthfulness and the legs that Chelsea had, you know what I mean, with what's his name? With Conte and with the young kid.
Captain America did not kill them.
The midfield overrun Real Madrid. So I was thinking if they could have Freddy Valverde, somebody, I mean, that can again be athletic in our midfield, without able to match Chelsea. Again, I think it's up in our ear. Both teams.
I think they should have test Conte after that game,
No,
Casemiro can't run Conte.
Exactly. So you don't need two. As I say, you need two athletic players. Casemiro alone can't do it because honestly, you look on Kroos and Modric, then just want to stay in our midfield and be control and pick passes. But you need individuals to go run. You know what I mean?
Do the work.
You have the athleticism and the youth. You know what I mean? It should be, and again, Zidane would have know that, and I think that him will look on the same way. But I don't know if Valverde go fit tomorrow.
I think the American going to create a problem for Madrid.
Is it both Varane and Ramos that is back for the game?
Varane play.
Varane never injured or COVID. Varane did have him. Never.
I know that's what we say. Is both of them back?
Varane is back. Moran is back. Me don't know about Ramos.
Me hear upon news this morning, Sir Ramos is back for the game tomorrow.
Okay. To be fair, the kid that Eder Melito have been good for the Militao, they call him. You know, but he have been very good for them, you know. You see me? But while
he was Liverpool.
He's been very good and been very solid for them. So we don't know. You know Zidane, you don't really not care about the big name players. If he feel like say the player were forwarding go play the role he want to play, then he will
do the job.
Exactly. Yeah.
The reason why
that's one thing I noticed with him.
Remember, Sir Ramos is back there.
The reason why I keep harping on Ramos is not just what he gives you. It's a leadership, it's an inspiration that he gives a team. That team seems to believe when Ramos believes. You know, for a defender, who else pops up and scores so much goals? You know, if it's even a penalty, you know, but
doesn't matter.
A header late in the game and stuff like that. He has that about him, and that's something that you can't. It's not a talent thing, you know. It's just something that is innate that a person have, and whenever he's in a team, you can't rule out it. You can't rule him out. You can't rule out that team. So it's from that perspective where I keep asking, is Ramos back? Because again, when he stand up there with all his Champions League rings, he probably play with all of them tomorrow. He will probably play with them tomorrow. But that's the aura that he brings to a football game. You know, he's not the Ramos that he used to be before. He's not the world best defender anymore, or one of those person in the running. But
they know the tricks and the skills.
They know the tricks, you know. So from a leadership, from an inspirational perspective, he's gonna bring that to the team, huh?
You bring the level of experience there, you know.
Exactly.
You know, if you pull down people and pull out their shoulder.
Yes. But Captain America need to be careful. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yes. No, we're not gonna talk about the Farmers League. Before we close, Shane's favorite manager get a new job. Why people keep on Mourihno?
I'll go. Them hire him because football. You see, all right. So there is a certain amount of managers in a football what will always keep getting jobs, right? Because they feel like there's a job that they feel like they can do. So all right, let's look at like a Sam Allardyce, right? You feel like if you bring him in, he can get your team stable. And again, it's theory because it's not gonna happen all the time, right? But there's a theory behind why you hire these managers. And whatever you say about Jose Mourihno, you have a track record of success. For the most part, right? With trophies and getting in teams to play. So therefore, there will always be a job in football. There will always be a job for Mourihno. There will always be a job for Claudio Ranieri and individuals like this who have been there, done that. And again, the people in a football is always going to find these individuals and keep them. I feel like they can get something out of them to them club. Last time he was in Italy, he do very good things with Inter. So therefore, if you have a team like Roma who have some good players, I think that them look on him and say, yeah, maybe he can do get the team playing, get the team organized, and who knows, maybe he can win a few cups with them. So I don't think it's a bad idea at all. In theory.
You know, there's one thing though. There was a time, you know, whenever Josie moved, they always have those Josie players that he always seemed to be around him, you know.
Yeah.
There are just those players around now.
That's right.
Huh? Who do you consider a Josie player right now and say if Josie goes somewhere, you could see that player going to join him, you know? Who you can still do a job. You really don't have those players right now.
That's true.
David Santon, the left back, why you see there Inter. Santon. And he's still there. He's still there, Roma. Listen, I understand what you say, but even a striker like Edin Dzeko, individuals.
Well, yeah.
Understand?
They would like Dzeko.
He'll like an individual like Dzeko, who's been there, done that, and is a good target man who can score the goals. They have a good team. Even like Chris Smalling, Mike Smalling, individuals like that.
Didn't he get rid of Smalling? Was he?
I don't think he was.
Did he play small in that match? Didn't they have problems, Ricky?
Well, I don't know if they did have problem, but he wanted different defenders.
Exactly. So
So,
one of the thing about Conte going to Italy, and you talk all things about Manchester United players who gone over there and all this stuff happened, but he brought in some players of experience. Players who we think can follow his instructions. Jose needs those type of players. He needs players who are rigid to follow his instruction, how he wants to play.
Like Ashley Young?
Yes. So if he, which is what I'm looking at, where those players you're looking at, say Jose's got, because it's not going to be some young player. He's not going to give any young player any chance. So you're going to have to be looking at some experienced players around Europe who can come in, do a job, and those are the players you're looking at. So Italy is gonna become like the retirement home again for some of these, for a few more of these players.
Exactly.
That's what I see Jose doing right now at Roma, bringing in some experience, some players in their 30s. But he may win a cup out of it. He may.
I think he's going to get some players from the Premier League as well, just like Inter did. Those kind of players. But Ricky, what surprised me, I am. Sorry, Bojo.
Somebody in the comment section that said Matic Chago. Players like Matic.
Well, he was the only one I thought about. I didn't go. I didn't say it, but that's who I was thinking about when I said Jose.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call.
And this is the Italian league. It's a bit slower. Y'all every day me hear Manchester United players them curse or Matic is so slow. The league is slightly slower. It's not as up tempo as the Premier League. He's not going to be asked to be doing so much in his position as he would be asked in the Premier League. That is probably a good call, but he's going to need 1 or 2 or 3 more of those players.
Yep.
To change.
I'm surprised though how quick him get a job. That's what surprised me. I expect it to take him a while. I didn't expect him to get a job so quick.
Football is still an old boys club now, man. It's still a very close.
That's basically what Shane was saying today.
Yeah, and you have a great agent, Ricky, whatever you say. And then the caveat to that is there will still be people who say he was done by Tottenham by them letting him go before he even he was in a cup final and them sacked him.
Well,
so therefore there will be people who feel like he was done by, right? So therefore, yeah, you can give him a next job and see. I don't think it's the most outrageous thing I ever seen. I could see the logics why Roma, and then he bring them interest and intrigue, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is the media is going to be so him having qualities. I don't know how it's going to work because we know it can go either way. It can go.
but somehow I believe that Jose fits the Italian league more than he fit in the Premier League.
I can see that.
His game will fit the Italian league a little bit more. Because if Conte went back there and did what he did and played that type of game and win the Scudetto, Jose is not so far up. They're not much different persons, they're not so different of a person.
Apart from the nationality.
Yes, but they're slightly different, but they're not so much different people. So, but the amazing thing about it is that, you'd say it's amazing how quick he got a new job. But Tottenham, who fired him, who shoot themselves in the foot by firing him right before a final, which I think they would have had a way better chance at winning.
Ridiculous,
they can't get a coach. No one.
Let's see what happened when the season done. But then go find it difficult to get top quality manager.
But it's a Super League team.
Then go find it difficult to get a good manager because I financial restriction on them, and they might have to look into selling them best player to even raise some money. I don't know how that goes. But and again, it's not a lot of people out there. I think are standout candidates. Go ahead, Bujo.
All right. So, what's up? You remember last night I talked about livers?
Yes.
I don't think Mourihno is that coach anymore. But just like the comparison you made last night with Messi Lingard step down and go at West Ham and him perform, you know. I think the Italian league will suit Mourihno, you know. And a team like Roma is not so demanding like when he did United or Spurs.
Bojo,
Where
explain yourself. What you said, the Italian league, because the Italian league have quality and they have quality and they have
quality, but at a team like Roma, them not expect him to win the league like right now. It will give him enough time to build the team where him really want build. Where
okay, that's fair enough.
When United, where they want to win right now.
Well, basically, him not under no pressure.
But the only thing about that, the only problem I have with that is that we have never seen Jose build a team like that. You know, it's 1 year by year 2. Year 2 is Jose year. But by year 3 is out of there. Right? You know?
But it probably have to do with, as Bojo said, expectation.
So your expectation is
Roma, but what are the blacks? Roma, you think Roma, the managers at Roma, the owners, I expect him to forward in and win the league in next year or the next 2 years?
Probably not.
I don't think that's the expectation. All right, look, Roma for the last 3 seasons, right? Finished 3rd with 77 points. Then finished 66 points, and last year they finished 5th with 70 points.
That is some good research, Bojo.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think that the goal for them right now, the short-term goal is not to win the Serie A next year or the year after. So him have time. Him not under as much pressure as when him did that United, where one heap of money are spent and result of a forward now, and the deluded Tottenham.
But the only thing it might fall out with some players before.
Yes, that's the point that I'm trying to go with, is that Jose is a very abrasive fella. And a player, like if I'm on a team that is going to win something, that can win something, I'm willing to take certain abuse from a coach and certain things, because I know that, you know, within a year or 2, I will win something. I will say, you know what, I will suck it up and I will go. For that long build, that long haul, I don't see Jose. He's so abrasive that by the 3rd year, he started to rub these players so much that all these little bruises over the years now, it creates a very negative working environment. And at that point, so that's the concern I have with that. I understand your argument about, the pressure is not there, but just knowing how abrasive a person that Jose have been and all his other relationships.
I understand that.
Ended by year 3. You know, can has he flipped a switch? And if you listen to him conversation, he hasn't. It's not like he's proud and say, boy, you know what, I have made some mistakes and I think I'm gonna approach this thing as
that man too arrogant for that, man.
Way too arrogant to do all of that. So I don't see this ending any better than what happened at Tottenham, where you basically lose the dressing room.
I start saying the player's not good enough.
Yeah,
he needs better players.
Yeah, and that I think again with Italy. All right, so look on the Italian league table now, and Roma in a 7th, and the people ahead of them is Lazio, who have a good team, Napoli, who have a good team, AC Milan, Juventus, Atalanta, and Inter. So again, there is a lot of teams in Italy now. That's 7 teams who is in and amongst it in a reckoning. 7 teams. You know, so it's not a joke league. It's a league that is very competitive and attritional. So I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know how him go get. I don't know the financial situation, because you know how Jose is. He would want to get some players from big wages probably. I don't know the financial situation, but it'll be interesting to see how he get on. It'll be interesting.
He will have to work with loanies, yeah.
You're right. You see, that's what I'm looking at, and there are probably a few players out there, you know, that are on big wages somewhere else. They probably won't buy them because Roma probably won't want to buy them. But loans, I'm expecting to see a lot of loan activity this year anyway, because of one teams want to bring in other players, so they need to move people.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
They
But
need to move.
is it not some American billionaire that own Roma?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's one of them. It was a rich American. They take them over in it.
Yes,
Pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure about their ownership.
Yeah, man. Them wanna have a bit of money, man.
Okay.
Are they're not a Super League team, Ricky? Are they?
No, they're not Super League team.
Not at all. That's a bad word to use, you know. Super League.
Definitely not a Super
You will
League
get
team.
cancer for that.
Yeah.
Josie's the first Super League manager to ever get sacked, you know?
Mm.
And the only one.
No, but
That
again,
could have been Ole.
Ole is going to be at United forever, man. What are you talking about? He's going to die there.
yeah, yeah, but like I said, with Jose, he's box office. Whatever I say about him, which is some bad things, but wherever he is, he bring intrigue and people want to see. You know,
The media love him.
car crash, right? That's how it goes. So it's I don't know. Again, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see how he get on. To be honest,
No.
you know.
Overall, and I think I said it earlier, I think I'm going to be watching a lot more Serie A next year. And it's not just only because of Jose.
That
you know,
Trump is just there.
AC Milan with Zlatan, but that other little one, Tonali or whatever, you know, they have something there. They are probably another one or two pieces away from challenging seriously. You know, you realize that when Zlatan was out and they just couldn't score goals, they start to fall off. You know, they need somebody else there. Zlatan is not a 38 game a season.
Yeah, blocks. That's sad. If you depends per hour.
That's
what
a 40-year-old, you know, it will happen. So they do need another piece, but again, do they have the money to get another piece? You know,
they have the Portuguese striker Rafael Leo, who everybody will rate and think say him would have forward on, you know what I mean, and him just haven't mature in a good striker. I mean, even Zlatan play before, me understand, but he just haven't matured. And then they went by they will have Christoph Piatek who score what if I go for him a couple seasons ago, and then him just go off the ball too. So I don't even know, because when he go back to Hertha Berlin, I don't know if they sell him there on loan or they sell him back. But yeah, them do need a striker. It's absolutely vital that they get a striker. I don't know if they have the money, because again, that club is so much. It's a weird. Them have a weird ownership structure too, where I think it's like hedge funds. Them buy all of these players and all of these things. I don't know if they have money. I don't know. I don't know.
But again, on a whole, still, you know, you look at them and you can say they are probably a piece away or two from actually challenging. Now, I don't think they're gonna win the league next year, but they can challenge again, because they were challenging for a good portion of the season. You know, Juventus, everyone expect them to bounce back. They are gonna do some stuff.
They have a couple of players that can be free agents. So Hakan Çalhanoğlu can leave, and him are one of them best player. And I think Gianluigi Donnarumma too. I think him only have 1 year left on his contract as a keeper. The fat man is his agent, Ricky, the fat man. So again, he might be moving around and seeing if he can maneuver something. Again, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
Well,
they have two keepers with the same name, right?
Say,
huh?
AC Milan, the backup keeper have the same name. Are they brothers or something?
Who?
AC, their backup keeper.
That's what I'm talking about.
But both of their keepers have the same name. I'm saying, are they brothers?
I don't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But didn't I heard? But I hear that the keeper was gonna resign. You know, there have been more. There's been more rumors that he's gonna resign than that he's gonna leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so
there you go. Yeah, I know his contract was up. I didn't know if him to stay or leave. You know.
Maybe the clubs that they expect to come forward.
The forward, true. Absolutely, Ricky. Absolutely.
Which is always the case.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Another thing, there's a lot of free agents out there now. I remember I saw a list of the free agents for this year. There's a lot of free agents. For example, Josie's going there. Aguero is a free agent. That's a forward right off the bat. They can get right there.
Who?
Josie's going to Roma. Imagine, Aguero is a free agent.
Oh, Aguero.
Aguero no better than that.
AC Milan need a forward. Aguero is a free agent. Yeah,
Wonder where he going go? Aguero.
Greg gonna say in the Atleti, and I could see that.
Atleti, that sounds like a good shot.
So are they gonna get you a Suarez after a year?
Who knows? I mean, Suarez would have other suitors, right? Because I think he can still score goals. You see, it's one of them things where them striker here, if them fit, right? Like I had Cavani or a Suarez or a Aguero, it's just about fitness. Because them, I mean, they are fit. They not lose, and then the movement and all of these things, they're not gonna lose it. So if they're fit and then can go up on the pitch, they will score goals. And there's not a lot of them out there, brother. You understand what I mean? I'm pretty sure if Chelsea could get Aguero next season and them feel like say even get over whatever injury and them feel like say they can get a good 20 games out of them, then they wanna go and get him. I don't know if you wanna go to Chelsea, but I'm just saying that a player like that would suit Chelsea. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't put it past Chelsea though.
Yes, I wouldn't put it past Chelsea, but may I say, I wonder if Aguero going to look on it and say, oh, because he's so close to the city owners, because they go to Statue and all these things, I don't know if he would have fit.
Like he's the one legend.
Like that. I'm got the Russian money. They already money.
He's definitely not staying in the Premier League. This man is gonna have a statue outside of the Etihad. He's not staying in the Premier League.
I wonder if it's going to be a film like when he take off his shirt and the 1 year old.
It got to be.
That's what I was going to say.
No, it got to be.
It wouldn't want to say it.
No, it got to be.
No Manchester United fan no want to say that. None.
I don't care about them actually. You know, they do what they have to do.
Yeah.
It's we now need to do what we have to do.
Absolutely.
Closing in on the hour mark.
Yeah. Let's go to the comments. Would you want to do any comments?
I'm gonna scroll back up to see what we miss.
Yeah, while you're going through the comments, free agents coming up for this year. Messi's a free agent. Alaba is a free agent. Gianluigi Donnarumma is a free agent.
Hold on. All right. So we know say Alaba already gone Real Madrid. Which that is crazy in itself, right? Because then they say they don't have no money, but they give him like hundreds of thousands of pounds per week. You know what I mean?
I think 12 million a year.
Yeah, Real Madrid is like a kid who just can't help themselves.
Yeah.
And it's a good player. I can't help myself. Going in a debt more just to go sign him.
They're probably planning to sell a couple of the players that they have out on loan.
Well, Ramos is actually a free agent also.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know what they go do with him.
Memphis Depay, Julian Draxler.
So what you say, Suarez to Chelsea?
I like it.
I wouldn't want to see that at all.
You wouldn't want to see it.
You have reason. Not to want to see it.
I don't think anybody in the Premier League would want to see that. The fact that Chelsea needs somebody to stop to tuck the ball in the back of the goal, I think that would be a very bad thing for the Premier League. I don't think anybody would want to see that.
I do think that these kind of South American players, they don't really not like the Premier League doing it for some reason. You see the whole thing with Cavani. I was surprised that he went woman about leaving, you know what I mean, and they always complain. You know what I mean? So with Suarez, I don't know if he would have wanted to fall back to the Premier League because of what happened, obviously, how we felt he was treated. Which I
think Suarez probably would want to go to Italy.
Yeah. I don't think he'd want to fall back to the Premier League.
I think he'd want to go to Italy. Remember that he was supposed to go to Italy. And there was a passport problem. So
right.
His wife is Italian.
Cheat
on the test. That's why he didn't end up in Italy. But he cheat on the test, you know. And
yeah, man, terrible. You know who does that? Who does
Funny
that?
you should bring up
Suarez.
that in a shade. You know,
Suarez
say,
does that.
since we see a thing with Lucas Torreira and with him Atleti, I mean I say him was a next one we complain about the Premier League and Justin and all of this and all of that. And I mean I say why? But South Americans in general, them like to go Italy and Spain.
Spain, yeah. You know, and
Italy
it used to
and
get me
Spain
frustrated too because I mean even you look on Tevez, even though he was good for Manchester City and when he went there, feel like a bit. You know what I mean? He always seemed nomadic and he seemed like he never settled anywhere. You know what I mean? When he was such a great, brilliant striker. You know, but it just seemed like he always when Wafi end up at Spain or in Italy. It's just weird how some of them just forward over and never get for settle.
Settle and become a legend.
Exactly. Diego Forlan. People like that.
Imagine Cavani had fouled in the Premier League 2 years ago instead. You know, 2-3 years ago.
What did I say, Bujo? You remember when we attacked 2014 World Cup? I'm like, yo, you get Cavani. Yo, always rated that man from a long.
Shane. But then is a thing with the striker them. All of the striker them up on fire. Like Falco, Cavani, everybody did at them time there. All of the striker.
But except when they got Man U, then it's a flop.
No, Falco was old.
No, but funny enough.
Falco was old when he got there.
No, funny enough. At that time, everybody contracted a rundown. Everybody contract was run down. It was funny. Like it was so much options out there as far as strikers. And everybody contracted a rundown.
Higuain. You know, it's a whole heap South American players gonna get for father Premier League. And I think
in their prime.
Exactly, you know.
Because they didn't want to. A lot of them don't like it.
Yeah.
Well, you remember what the player wife at Manchester United?
Huh?
What the player, the Man U player wife when United?
The Maria wife.
And so and it's a terrible thing. Bujo, yes, you said that my battery about to die on this computer. You know.
No, recover pretty much everything. Recover everything already. You know.
No, but overall, that's something I would like to see change. There are some players out there who, Neymar should be in the Premier League right now. Put it that way. You know, Neymar in his prime should be playing in the Premier League where he has not 2 or 3 good games that he has to look forward for the year, but he has 12 good games that he has to look forward to. And plus, that's not hard, but he has 12 big games that he's gonna play. Even if in La Liga you have a maximum of 3 to 6. 6 games is a max you can look forward to and say, boy, we have 6 solid games for the rest of the year that we're gonna look forward to. In the Premier League, if you're playing for one of the big 6, you can say I have 12, sometimes up to 14, according to which other team is coming up and down. When Leicester's and of the world and when the West Ham of the world are doing some stuff, you have 14 to 16 big games for the course of the year. While the other leagues,
Champions League.
Yeah, plus the Champions League,
Yeah, I'm frustrated with Neymar because I feel like that would have helped me kind of change a whole heap of people's ill-advised perception of him, right? So there's a lot of people out there who have this perception of Neymar. And I think that if he were in a Premier League, I perform week in, week out. Because
they just don't like beautiful football, man.
Exactly.
They just don't like beautiful football.
Yeah, but I really think it would have helped. It would have helped to change perception about him, especially if they play for one of the top teams in the Premier League. But because it's PSG but again, it's fine. It's whatever. Help me so. If him should push a move. You know what I mean? For kind of cement his legacy, but it is what it is.
There is rumor that he's not renewing his contract.
Yeah, but I don't know where he can go now because Barcelona can't even afford Memphis Depay. So
maybe City.
I don't know if Pep go buy him. I don't think so.
I don't see Pep buying him. Listen to me. So Pep inherited some big personality at Barca. he really don't buy big personalities. You know, he buy talent. There you can say the players he buy have talent, but he doesn't buy big. He doesn't do big personality well.
I understand what you're saying.
You know, so
you don't want to challenge him.
Yeah, he's the personality. You know, it's just like Josie. He's the personality.
That's why Zlatan didn't get on.
Exactly, he's the personality, and that I don't see him going there. Even with Messi, the reason why I think there's a link between Man and Messi is because of past association. Why I think it would work, because I think they would be probably on the same wavelength in certain ways. But I don't see Pep with big personality doing really well. I know. Look, Raheem Sterling doesn't have a very big personality, and look at them at loggerheads right now. He sometimes can't get on the field. And
with Sterling, I think it's just his farm.
Well, it's farm, but it's also his contract. So,
no, I think he missed a trick with that, because I don't see where Sterling go get back the same money.
I read today that Real Madrid is still looking.
That's his agent putting that out. Real Madrid no have
Real Madrid been looking. For him, Liverpool.
Real Madrid have the money, and they have only part of players they would want to get. Like if you spend that sort of money, you look to get a name Mbappe or Erling Haaland.
It could
wonder if he want what the team will support.
Who's that? Crystal Palace? No, Crystal Palace. Queen's Park Rangers.
Well, so you'll have him at Man United, Ricky?
Not at this moment, because in wage I think going to be too high. You know.
But it's not your money. It's not even the Glazers' money. It's not your money. We're talking about.
No, but because of that, we won't be able to get other players that we need.
No, nothing can stop United. United have all the Glazers have to do not take the interest. They take 27 million per year in interest. What to pay? All they have to do is not pay the interest. That's you can pay Sterling. What are you talking about?
What age Sterling be now?
He's like 26, 27, I think.
Mid-20s.
I think it's 27, man.
But the Glazers, all the money taken out. All they have to do is just not take the money out this year, and they can pay Sterling. So what are you talking about?
You know, it's funny. You know, it might still 26. I can't believe that. 26-year-old now.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Remember, well, he was 17 when he kicked off. I remember, you know, he was 17 when he started to play for Liverpool. When we started to use him. Yeah, so there's some time for him there still, huh?
Yeah.
So hold on.
Yeah, but Sterling again, it's I don't know. I don't see where he go. The Manchester thing interesting more. Is either him or Jadon Sancho? I don't know.
I don't know where we're going. Blocks, battery dead.
Manchester United are going to sign the Jamaican man. No,
I don't think so, you know. I don't think United going.
I don't think spend 35 million and get him.
Who that? What Jamaican you talk about? Oh, yes. Sorry, I'm slow. I am slow. I apologize. But yeah. It'd be interesting to see though.
Yeah, it might have a good season so far. Black's gone and I'm off for wrap up, you know.
Aye.
All right, respect, Bujo.
Yeah, man. Everybody.
Yeah,
well, that's the show again. Thanks everyone for being here with us on the live. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Ricky, look forward to having you again, Ricky. Shane.
Yeah, man.
Regular. You don't know. And if you're new here, man, don't forget, subscribe, share the live. And
like, share, and subscribe.
Bujo.
Share out the hello type.
Yeah, Bujo, let's do it tomorrow again after Chelsea.
Yeah, man. One next quick video.
Quick one.
Yeah, the quick 1 hour video.
All right. Bless up, man.
Yeah.
Outside, everybody.
All right.